Hello, Jai Hind everyone. Today we'll be talking about the word association test. WAT is a very important process in the psychological testing of SSB. It tests your ability to handle pressure because you're only given a few seconds to write the sentence on a particular word. It tests your positive attitude, your personality traits, your leadership and decision making skills. Hence, is a very important and a very quintessential process in the psychological testing phase of the SSB. Most of the times, students write sentences like this as well, that mother is a symbol of affection, fear is a cage of the mind. But this is not the correct way to write sentences. You will not do this mistake. We'll write full sentences, complete sentences, like motherly affection is a symbol of love and cannot and is irreplaceable. All right, you'll write complete sentences like fear cages mind, hence fearlessness is a trait of is a trait of the strong-willed person. You must remember that firstly you have to, we'll practice a lot many sets right now. You'll have to think positive. You will frame your sentences in a very constructive manner. Okay, your positivity is tested foremost. You have to be spontaneous and be natural without overthinking, and you have to practice with a timer to improve your, you can say, quick responses ability, and you have to be as fast as possible. You must showcase your leadership skills, responsibility, courage, and aptitude while writing the sentences, and please avoid repetition. All right, I would highly suggest that you avoid repetition. You have to stay calm before the test. We'll practice a lot many sentences. I'll give you the examples and I'll only give you the solution. Meanwhile, you can think. See, I'll give you a word, bravery. Now, what kind of sentence will you form? One good sentence is that soldiers display bravery. Display what? Bravery in every mission. Then, if I give you a sentence, discipline, you can form many sentences, but make sure that the sentence is constructive. Like persistence, discipline, and consistency are the characteristics required to lead a successful life. Discipline leads to a structured and successful life. So, such a sentence you'll make. Avoid negative words and connotations, like you cannot say discipline is a difficult, you can say, trait to follow, or fear causes failure, or a leader should be this. Incomplete sentences mat banana. All right, like मतलब शुड पे सेंटेंस खत्म कर दिया, मस्ट पे खत्म कर दिया. दिस शुड नॉट बी द केस. मेक कंप्लीट सेंटेंसेस. Like I give you another example, make a sentence on commitment. So what does see, this is such a word which will be in your VAT. Such words like discipline, commitment do come repetitively. So commitment is what? Commitment brings long-term achievements. Another word can be obedience. Obedience ensures discipline and order. You can say, you can use any word, any value based word. There are words like weapon. Now make a positive sentence that weapons ensure national security. Weapons are important. Weapons are important for national security. There can be a word, sacrifice. Soldiers made the supreme sacrifice for the nation. This can be a sentence. But rather than this, you can also say that our mothers make a lot of sacrifices for the children. The mothers make a lot of sacrifices for the children. Or another sentence can be your ability to sacrifice your pleasures can lead to a successful and a disciplined life. A word can be fighter. What kind of sentence you can make? A fighter never gives up. A fighter is a valorous individual who likes overcoming obstacles. If I give you a word, alert, think of a sentence. Alertness prevents disasters. An alert individual is less susceptible to to external insurgencies. All right. Arjun was an alert individual in mythology. This can also be a sentence, but this is not that good sentence. Alertness prevents disaster is a good sentence. An alert individual overcomes susceptibility is good sentence. All right. Judgment can be a word. Judgment. Now, what sentence will you make on this word? One should not have a judgmental character can be a sentence, but this sentence seems to be very what? Negative. Alright, this sentence seems to be negative. So make a positive sentence. Good judgment prevents mistakes. This can be a positive sentence. One word can be maturity. What sentence will you make? Maturity comes from experiences. Maturity is the ability to understand whatever the society demands. A mature, you can say, less discrimination and less casteism is the symbol of a mature society. This is a very good value added sentence. Such sentences you can make. Now we'll start with more practice questions. I'll mention 10 practice questions and I'll also give you the solutions after you have attempted them. So I'll mention certain words. Like one good word can be fatigue. Alright. Another good word can be danger. Then we can have a word like innovation. Knowledge. Let me give you 5 words. And focus. Alright. Make good sentences. A good sentence can be meditation is a great tool to reduce mental fatigue. Alright, you can say meditation is a great tool to reduce mental fatigue. Good sentence. Danger. Awareness minimizes danger. Alertness minimizes danger. Awareness minimizes danger. You are not going to make any symbols in your sentences. Innovation. Innovation पे what sentence will you make? Think of an innovative sentence on innovation. See, everyone can make such a sentence that innovation is crucial for progress, But you can add other elements, like you can add the Roman model, or maybe you can add certain good elements like innovation in infrastructure can capitalize a country's economy. Alright, so innovative sentence you must make because that will emphasize on your out of the box thinking. Knowledge empowers individual. Knowledge is the key to knowledge makes you more aware of who you are. Knowledge and self reflection is a crucial and a fundamental trait of an individual. Focus. Now, what sentence will you make on focus? Focus enhances efficiency in every task. Sun rays, when brought to a focus, can burn even the paper. So, you will underline the fundamental aspect of focus. Alright. This way, you can make many sentences. Let us practice some more words. One good word is creativity. Make a sentence on creativity. A, a creative mindset is a problem solving mindset. A creative person solves all the problems. A creative person is also a constructive person. Creativity is requires patience but gives innumerable results. Such sentences you can make. Now I'll give you 10 words and within within 20 seconds we'll discuss the sentences after I complete writing the words. Alright. So the first word I'll give you is argument. Second word is boredom. Keep thinking of good sentences, write them down on a piece of paper, and then we can discuss and you can match your sentence. Then you make a sentence on beauty. Make a sentence on alarm. Make a sentence on religion. Make a sentence on defeat. I have also written a book which is named Defeated. It is available on all the e-commerce platforms. If you want, you can buy. It is an anthology. One of my published books, Rise of an Indian Patriot, is a book I've written entirely. Uh, it is a non-fictional book, and it is a really, I would not say good book क्योंकि मैं खुद की तारीफ नहीं करनी है, but you will really enjoy reading that book. It is a very valuable book. All right. So you can also purchase The Rise of an Indian Patriot. It has story of Kabir, who is a soldier. Method. Then you have pride, honesty. 10th, let us take it as family. Write sentences on these words. Alright. Let us start discussing. You must have written on argument, boredom, and beauty. Let us start with argument. Logical arguments, you can say. Logical arguments bring meaningful solutions. Bring meaningful solutions. Boredom. Movies are a great way to remove boredom and reflect upon the society. Movies are a great way to remove boredom and reflect on the society. Our friends and their company remove boredom from our life. Alright. I've written the wrong spelling. Beauty. Beauty. On beauty, you can say beautiful thoughts come to beautiful minds. Alright. Beautiful thoughts. come to beautiful minds. And what else? There's a good sentence. You must be thinking that beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder, but again, it is an idiom or a sort of quote which you can write if you do not think of anything else, but try to make meaningful sentences which seem to be authentic and original. All right. I'm not saying it is a bad quote, but you must not directly quote other individuals because it will emphasize that you are not innovating and you're not creatively thinking on your own. You have just copy pasted something you remembered. So do not let it sound like that. You can mold it into something more beautiful. Alright, something more appealing. On alarm, you can make a good sentence. A simple sentence will be alarm helps us wake up in the morning. But you can make a, because you are, if you're going for CDS entry and if you're going for the territorial army entry, then you require to make a very mature sentence like alarming times teach us meaningful lessons of life. All right. Then on religion, you can say humanity is the biggest religion. Humanity is the biggest religion. You can also say all religions teach peace. All religions teach truth. Alright, on defeat, what sentence will you make? Coordination and teamwork. Coordination and teamwork helps in defeating the opponents. Or else you can make a better sentence like defeat and victory are a part of life. To overcome defeat, one must sacrifice comfort zones. This can be a good sentence. On method, what sentence will you make? Method. I've also thought of a really good word like policy. Make a sentence on policy. Government makes policies, welfare policies for the welfare of the society. Policy making and policy implementation are twin objectives which are fundamental to governance. Alright. Now what was our sentence? Method. Make a sentence on method. Adopting a proper and a value based method. No. Adopting an unbiased method is important for good research. गुड R&D के लिए क्या चाहिए? एक अनबायस्ड मेथड चाहिए. प्राइड. प्राइड पे व्हाट विल यू से? सोल्जर्स परफॉर्म देयर ड्यूटीज विद प्राइड एंड वेलर. प्राइड पे नेगेटिव सेंटेंस भी हो सकता है कि जेलसी, प्राइड एंड यू कैन से अ पर्सन इज वेरी much egoistic. This also can be a sentence, but you do not have to go towards that sort of sentence. You go towards always the positive sentence. Avoid the negative and go for the positive always when it comes to sentence in the WAT and in every SSB test, may it be your SRT, may it be your SDT, may it be your military planning exercise. Always look for the positives. This is a very fundamental trait even in your PPDT and even in your TAT. You must look for the positive sentences. Pride pe make a good sentence. Pride. I wish that my nation takes pride in me. This also can be a sentence, but this is also a boasting sort of sentence. But this is a good sentence. Alright, pride. Small children take pride in adventurous activities. You can say that. Now, what will you say about honesty? Honest people are liked by all. Honesty always pays. Honesty is a valuable attribute. Honesty and integrity are fundamental to living a are fundamental to ensure that the moral compass of an individual is rightly aligned. Such things you can say. Family. Family always stands with us. Families where love begins and life. Families where life begins and love never ends. Alright, these are good sentences. Now it's been 20 minutes. We can practice 5 more good words. Past. Alright. Lost. Power. Don't write power corrupts and absolute power corrupts absolutely. Write something on wealth, on philosophy. What will you write on wealth? Can you say knowledge is the real wealth which must be valued? Knowledge is the actual wealth. You can talk about innovation as the wealth of the nation. You can talk about the our demographic dividend. Philosophy. Every subject has its own philosophy. Knowledge is the you can say knowledge ultimately leads to philosophical thought, which we gather via agreements and discussions and understanding of the subject. In-depth understanding leads to a philosophical understanding. What will you say about power? The natural resources are power for our nation. Our youth is the power for the future. A powerful nation is and a sovereign nation always believes in the strength of its youth and natural resources. Uh, Integrity is a symbol of power. Alright. Lost. Optimists never lose hope. Hope is never lost for optimists. A good sentence. Write a sentence on past. Past experiences always help us grow in future. The courage to continue defines our present. This can be a good sentence on present. Alright, past. You should learn from your past mistakes and improvise. So these are certain WAT questions. We can practice more for sure in future. But I hope you could get a gist of whatever we discussed. We discussed a lot of words. We discussed a lot of tips. Thank you so very much everyone. Jai Hind.